Hey everyone, we're back at it again, and this time we're at the Horseshoe for probably one of the last rides of this year. As you can see, all the leaves are starting to fall because the weather is starting to change. Today it's just Paul and I. We've come to Horseshoe because this place is a little bit more elevation than the other places, so we get to practice a bit of hill climbing, which is a bit fun. There's also like these loops which go up and down the hill that are all off camber, and they have like roots and stuff coming across the track. It's a good fun, and it's a nice variety. The weather is certainly changing though. It's down to about 4 degrees in the morning now, so as you can imagine, it's pretty damn cold when we ride up. It takes about an hour and a half or so from Toronto to get up to these trails. Maybe a little bit longer if we stop off somewhere on the way just to warm up and all that. Hopefully next year we'll be towing a lot more. I can save a lot of tire, energy, and we can ride later into the season and earlier in the season when we're not having to deal with the ice on the bikes, because obviously that's dangerous. Whilst in the car, it's not such a big deal. So I don't actually know what's smudged on the GoPro, and unfortunately the vast majority of my footage today have this strange smear on the left-hand side. It's a shame. I don't think it's really ruined the video though. So when we're out on these group rides, usually we do a little sort of system a buddy system, where we try, it is to help us stay together really. And what we do is we'll just keep riding along, basically keep going straight until we get to a point where there's a turn in the road, and then if there's a big turn in the road and we're not going straight on it, we'll stop. That way the people behind us can catch up and they won't get lost and they won't get confused, especially because we don't all have centers and stuff like that all the time. Paul and I, for example, don't have centers, or he specifically doesn't have one, so I can't really talk to him compared to, like, say when I'm riding with Lucas and we're just chit-chatting and we say which way to go. But even with those guys, like with the centers, we'll still wait at these junctions because it's kind of easy to really get lost. So when I'm riding with Paul, what I'll do is I'll just ride along the single trail, just mind my own speed. Paul will mind his own speed. No one's under any pressure to go faster or slower, and then we wait and we get to a junction. Thing is though, when you've been waiting at a junction for like 3 to 5 minutes, you might start thinking, well, I wasn't going that much faster than my buddy, so perhaps something's happened, I'll go back. So in this case, being a couple of minutes, about 5 minutes, and I was thinking, I wonder where Paul is. So I head back along the trail, and lo and behold.
Yeah.
You okay?
Yeah. I ran it pretty hard into that.
Oh no.
And now this is no longer connected to the body.
We can sort that out. Probably.
I think it'll be okay. I don't see any fluids.
Yeah, my kickstand's stuck on a root in the ground.
Tree rope.
Good as new.
Lovely.
Kinda. So apparently Paul said that he doesn't know what happens. I think there was a little root in the corner which his back wheel hit, kicked him out, and then that might have flung him forwards, and then he fell and lost control of the front and veered into a tree. Fortunately, it caught his front shroud on the right hand side and bent it back and snapped it. Unlike mine, which just bent around 180s, his sadly broke, so bent his radiator. So we did a bit of zip tying and duct taping. Actually, it wasn't duct tape, it was electrical tape, because I forgot my duct tape, which would have done a better job, but whatever. Anyway, we sorted it out with a bit of tape and zip ties. All good. Good to go. As you can see, like with all the leaves on the ground, it's actually quite hard to see where to go. Like, not so much the trail itself, but like there's lots of these cut trees that stick 1 inch out of the ground, 2 inch, well, 1 inch isn't a big deal, but They're like the ones that stick like 2, 3, 4 inches out of the ground and are a little bit large. You can easily get caught on them. You can't really see them because they're all like buried in the leaves, and yeah, you gotta be real careful when you're out today. You see, I just completely overshot that. Hill climb, baby! Woo! Having learned how to do that little spin on the spot, I basically use it every opportunity I get. Paul will get there. I mean, he's been learning a lot this season. He only started riding this season, so he's doing exceptionally well, especially today. So we're going back along this trail. We just come down this fairly steep single track, and then we saw some other guys going back along it, and we're like, yeah, let's go back. So we're racing back along this trail to go back up the hill. It should be a good fun hill climb. I didn't even notice that ladder for the hunting platform when I rode past twice. I've also been trying to stand up whilst doing more of these hill climbs, especially these more like tight ones. Obviously the large wide ones are fine, they're easy to stand up, but the ones that are weaving up these little single trails whilst still going uphill, yeah, that's been a goal of today. I'm actually having a great time trying to see where the trail is and riding down here. It's certainly special to be able to ride in a situation where, you know, you've got this short period of time in the autumn where all the leaves fall, and you never get to really experience this any other time of the year because the trails are usually very clear where you're going. But this is just a great laugh because there's just leaves everywhere. Can't really see where I'm riding. Just sort of wing it. Good fun. Definitely can't go too fast because you just get caught out by those tiny little trees and rocks and stuff that are buried under the leaves. And also, the leaves are a little bit slippery, so they're probably going to cause you to crash if you're not paying too much attention, and it's just not worth it. But it is really good fun to just try and figure out the trail and try and see how you imagine the flow is going to be. Yeah, completely cut those two corners off. Didn't even really see them, to be honest. I was just like, go forwards, I guess. So sadly, this is probably going to be the last video of the year. I would be surprised if any more come out. Unless I can get out and ride during the winter when the snows come down, because I can get a lift somewhere. Pretty fucking sweet. I've never actually ridden in proper snow before. I've been caught out in snowstorms, but that's on the road. It's not like, you know, having it razz around in the forest with, you know, just enjoying play around in the snow and seeing what it's like. Maybe I should get a snowmobile. Maybe I should try a snowmobile before I get one. Yeah, that'd actually be pretty fucking cool. I've heard they're really good fun. And like if you had like a 450 or something, you could just swap the back wheel out, put a track on. Probably need a better jacket though. Better gloves. Yeah. Heated stuff. Oh no, the shopping list is getting really long. I think the next thing I will actually buy though is probably some knee braces so that I have better protection for my knees. They're just so eye-wateringly expensive, but on the flip side, if my leg snapped backwards because I didn't have a thing on that could protect it, whose fault is it really? Well, I suck, and I can't ride, and I managed to crash on the smallest bloody route on the bloody ground possible, of course. And then I hit the tree. Brilliant. I guess I was tired now. Here's a cool picture of Paul. See you guys next year.